It's late at night. The world has finally gone quiet. You turn off the lights, settle into your bed, and pull the blanket over your shoulders. There's a brief moment of stillness, and then you feel it. A soft weight shifting beside you. A quiet sigh. Warmth pressing gently against your leg. Your dog has chosen their spot. Right next to you. Not across the room. Not at the foot of the bed. But as close as physically possible. And as you drift towards sleep, one thought quietly lingers in your mind. Why? Most dog owners believe it's simple. They assume their dog just wants comfort, or warmth, or maybe it's just a habit they've picked up over time. Some think it's dependency. Others think it's affection. And while those explanations sound reasonable, they barely scratch the surface. Because behavioral science tells a very different story. When a dog chooses to sleep right next to you, it isn't just about comfort. It's about safety. It's about biology. And more than anything, it's about a bond that runs deeper than most people realize. To understand this behavior, we have to step outside the modern home and go back thousands of years. Long before soft beds and climate-controlled rooms, dogs were something else entirely. They were pack animals. In the wild, survival depended on proximity. Wolves and early dogs didn't sleep scattered across a landscape. They slept together, tightly grouped, bodies touching. This wasn't just for warmth. It was protection. Every member of the pack acted as both shield and sensor. The more bodies close together, the safer each individual became. Subtle movements could be felt. Sounds could be detected faster. Danger could be responded to instantly. Sleeping alone meant vulnerability. Sleeping together meant survival. And even though your dog now lives in a safe home, with no predators lurking outside, their brain hasn't forgotten that ancient rule. Because instinct doesn't disappear. It adapts. Modern dogs may no longer need a pack to hunt, but they still need a pack to feel secure. And in your dog's mind, you are that pack. But there's more. Attachment psychology gives us another layer of understanding. Studies in animal behavior have shown that dogs form attachment bonds with humans that are strikingly similar to the bonds between infants and caregivers. In fact, research conducted at Yavuz University in Hungary found that dogs display secure base behavior, meaning they use their human as a source of safety when exploring the world, and return to them when seeking comfort. Sound familiar? It should. Because it's the same psychological pattern seen in human children. And sleep is one of the most vulnerable states any living being can enter. When your dog chooses to sleep right next to you, they're not just relaxing. They're placing themselves in a position of complete vulnerability. Right beside the one being they trust most. This is not casual behavior. This is not random. This is trust, in its purest form. But the story goes even deeper, into the chemistry of the brain. When dogs interact closely with their humans, through touch, eye contact, or proximity, both species experience a release of oxytocin. Often called the bonding hormone, oxytocin is responsible for feelings of connection, safety, and emotional closeness. It's the same hormone released between mothers and infants. Between close partners. Between beings that trust each other deeply. And here's the remarkable part. Research from Asabu University in Japan demonstrated that when dogs gaze into their owner's eyes, oxytocin levels increase in both the dog and the human. This creates a feedback loop. A biological reinforcement of the bond. Now imagine what happens during sleep. There's no distraction. No external stimulation. Just quiet, stillness, and physical closeness. Your dog's body relaxes. Their breathing slows. Their nervous system shifts into a parasympathetic state, the mode associated with rest, healing, and safety. And right beside them is you. Your presence becomes part of their regulation system. Your breathing. Your warmth. Your subtle movements. All of it signals one thing to your dog's brain. You are safe. At the same time, something else is happening. Cortisol, the stress hormone, decreases. Studies have shown that dogs resting near their owners experience lower levels of cortisol compared to when they are isolated. This means your presence doesn't just feel good. It actively reduces stress at a physiological level. So when your dog curls up next to you at night, they are not simply choosing a comfortable place to sleep. They are choosing the place where their body feels most regulated, most protected, most at peace. But there's a subtle detail many people overlook. Position matters. A dog that sleeps touching your legs or pressed against your side is engaging in what behaviorists call contact sleeping. This specific form of sleeping behavior is strongly linked to attachment strength. It's the canine equivalent of saying, "I feel safest when I'm physically connected to you." And interestingly, this behavior often appears more frequently in dogs that have experienced strong bonding moments with their owners, shared routines, consistent care, emotional responsiveness. In other words, it's built over time. It's earned. And it means something. Because in the animal world, proximity is never meaningless. Now here's the deeper insight. When your dog chooses to sleep right next to you, they are not just seeking safety. They are also offering it. This might sound surprising. But in a pack structure, protection is mutual. Even while sleeping, dogs remain semi-aware of their environment. Their hearing stays active. Their senses don't fully shut down. By sleeping close to you, your dog is positioning themselves as both protected and protector. They are part of your immediate space, your shared territory. And in their mind, that means, I watch over you, too. This is why some dogs instinctively shift positions during the night, adjusting themselves between you and potential entry points like doors or windows. It's subtle, often unnoticed, but it's deeply rooted in instinct. So what seems like a simple act of cuddling is actually a layered behavior driven by thousands of years of evolution, complex emotional bonding, and real-time neurological processes. It is biology expressing itself, quietly, in the dark. But like all behaviors, it can change. And when it does, it's important to pay attention. If a dog that normally sleeps right next to you suddenly chooses distance, sleeping across the room, avoiding contact, or appearing restless, it can signal something deeper. Sometimes it's physical discomfort, pain, changes in health. Other times, it can reflect emotional shifts, anxiety, stress, or disruptions in routine. Dogs are incredibly sensitive to changes in their environment and in you. They notice tone, energy, subtle emotional cues. And because sleep is such a vulnerable state, any shift in their sleeping behavior is often one of the earliest indicators that something isn't quite right. This is why observing where and how your dog sleeps can tell you more than you might expect. It's a window into their internal world, their comfort, their trust, their sense of safety, and perhaps most importantly, their relationship with you. Because at its core, this behavior isn't just about instinct or chemistry. It's about connection. A connection that has been forming for over 15,000 years. Humans and dogs have evolved alongside each other in a way no other species pair has. We hunted together. We protected each other. We shared space, and eventually, we shared homes. And somewhere along that journey, something remarkable happened. Dogs stopped seeing humans as just another species. They began seeing us as part of their pack, their family, their safe place. So when your dog chooses to sleep right next to you, they are not just following instinct. They are expressing something deeply emotional, something ancient, something real. They are saying, "You are where I feel safe. You are where I belong. And even when the world goes quiet, I choose to be close to you." And maybe, without realizing it, you've been saying the same thing back. Every time you let them stay. Every time you don't move away. Every time you feel that quiet comfort of their presence beside you in the dark. It's a silent conversation. One built on trust, biology, and something we still don't fully understand. But we feel it. Every night. So the next time your dog curls up beside you, don't just see it as a habit. See it for what it truly is. A small, quiet expression of one of the deepest bonds in the natural world. And if your dog sleeps next to you every night, I'd love to hear about it. What's their favorite spot? Do they stay still or move around? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to understand more hidden behaviors like this, the ones your dog can't explain, but is always showing you, make sure to subscribe. Because the more we understand them, the closer we become. And there's always more to discover.